Right guys, we're at the Elvington Air Museum. I just want to show you something. This is a poster from the war, the Second World War. So, yours to fight for. Freedom of speech, freedom of worship, freedom from want, and freedom from fear. Oh, really, guys? No explanation needed, really, is there? Guy Gibson. Yes, dead aircrew. Dead aircrew from an aircraft shot down near Stickgrass, south of Delmenhausen, 3rd of Feb 1943. One of 16 bombers lost on a raid to Hamburg. Suddenly gone very quiet in here. The sound of aircraft you heard was through the tannoy. This is one of the original buildings. Cheshire. Pilot. When I go into these buildings, I feel a bit like I do when I go to Hemswell. Certain of those buildings at Hemswell, which was also an old bomber base, I feel in at least two of those buildings, I don't know, slight nausea. Most of these are the original huts. If you've not been, it's a great place to go. There are plenty of things to see and do. There's a lovely shop with a mix of second-hand and new books, and quite a few aircraft. There's a rebuilt Halifax bomber in the main hangar. There's a Spitfire. All of these huts have exhibits on. This is the original, well, what would have been what you might call a fire hut, where I forget what you call them now, but when I was doing basic training at the end of the course, while I was waiting for the others to catch up, a few of us did fire picket duty, and we pulled around this ridiculous two-wheeled, looked like some of the horse would pull, and it had a big hose on it and a thing that you put on like a hydrant pipe and a key and so on. So the fire engine would have been in there with the fire picket stuff. There's an interesting mix of planes outside if you like it, and the grass is kept meticulously short, and it's great on a day like today to just sit and have a cup of coffee or a glass of whatever you like, pop or whatever. Because of the restrictions, some of the things, you have to wear a mask indoors unless you're exempt. The restaurant has moved to another room. It's a bit smaller and you have to wait outside. But there's not a lot of changes, to be honest. You can do what you like outside. It's great if you've got young ones that can play on the grass. In the shop you can buy model balsa wood planes that you can slot together and fly. It's a really great day out. You can also, this wood here, you can actually walk through it and out the other side. And at a weekend, sometimes on Elvington airfield, they're racing cars up and down, and you can stand and look at the cars. You've got to look through the fence, but you can see it. You can see the cars racing around the airfield. That's another reason to bring your children. But guys, it's £12 for an adult. This hangar behind me, this black hangar here, is chock-a-block with planes, including the big Halifax. I want to tell you something about the control tower. The control tower is I don't like to say haunted, because it makes it look as though that's an exception. It isn't. All of these buildings on here, just like all houses have there, have their spirit inhabitants. What's unusual about this particular building is this is the original air traffic control centre. Downstairs in this left part here, for those interested, a couple of times I have seen a spirit dog, and it looks to me like an Irish wolfhound, and that's about all I can tell you. There's also a man and a woman in there. I didn't get names or rank, but I do know they're in there because I've heard them very clearly. So there is at least 2 spirits in that control tower, at least 2, and there is a Irish wolfhound too. Right guys, well I'm here today with one of my little ones, the youngest of the grandchildren, and he's currently being entertained so I could do this bit of filming, because when I'm around I'm like Pied Piper. He calls me all the time, shouts my name all the time, and unless somebody's physically distracting him, I can't get away. So I think he's watching something like Peppa Pig or Ben and Holly on the wife's phone at the moment, which has meant that I'm able to sneak off and do this. But when he sees me, he'll be wanting to come and see me. You alright? I'm here.
Papa.
Yeah. Have you been good? What have you been watching?
Lolly.
Have you been watching Peppa?